And we go live to the images of what is happening right now in Venezuela. There is a floral tribute in the National Pantheon Simon Bolivar.
Está en desarrollo la visita al Panteón Nacional del primer ministro del Estado Insular de Santa Lucía, el excelentísimo señor Philippe Joseph Pierre, quienes le rinden los honores correspondientes y le dan la bienvenida en el Panteón Nacional en compañía del canciller de la República.
Let's remember that the Prime Minister Lucia, Philippe arrived in Venezuela in an official visit. We are seeing right now that he is in the National Pantheon of Simon Bolivar. He was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Ivan Gil, with the objective of strengthening bilateral ties or brotherhood and fraternity between the two countries. He is expected to hold meetings with the President Nicolás Maduro in order to strengthen and deepen bilateral relations and brotherhood between the two countries. Philippe Pierre values the integration mechanisms of the region, and since the Prime Minister won the elections on July 26, 2021, relations with Caracas have been reestablished during the meeting on August 29. A representative of the governments of St. Lucia and Venezuela discussed the strengthening of the relations during a preparatory meeting on an upcoming visit to Caracas by the local Prime Minister. The head of the Foreign Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation and Foreign Affairs of St. Lucia, Alba Batiste, clarified aspects of the head of states in Venezuela scheduled for the last quarter of the year during a meeting with the ambassador of the Bolivarian country, Lief Scalona.
En este contexto, el presidente de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, ha expresado: Venezuela es ejemplo ante el mundo por los vínculos diplomáticos que hemos construido durante años en base al respeto a la soberanía, la independencia, al trabajo conjunto y a la solidaridad.
Señoras y señores, muy buenos días. Ceremonia de ofrenda floral ante el sarcófago que guarda los restos mortales del libertador y padre de la patria, Simón Bolívar.
We're seeing right now what is happening.
A la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, del excelentísimo señor Philippe Joseph Pierre, primer ministro de Santa Lucía. Será colocada por el excelentísimo señor Philippe Joseph Pierre, primer ministro de Santa Lucía, acompañado por el ciudadano Iván Gil Pinto, ministro del Poder Popular para Relaciones Exteriores de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela.
Con este encuentro, la República Bolivariana de Venezuela reitera su propósito de seguir profundizando.
We're gathered at the National Pantheon of Venezuela. That is the final resting place of national heroes. And the entire central nave is dedicated to Simon Bolivar, with the altar's place taken by the hero's bronze sarcophagus, while lesser luminaries are relegated to the aisles. The National Pantheon's vault is covered with the 19th century paintings depicting scenes from Bolivar's life, and a huge crystal chandelier glittering overhead was installed in the 1883 on the centenary of his birth. We're seeing that they are making the ceremony right now with the Prime Minister Philip and Ivan Gil.
Himno nacional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela.
And we have the national anthem of the Republic.
Atención presente.
Como parte de la diplomacia
As part of the
bolivariana de paz,
diplomacy that we are
está
seeing
en
right now, that they
desarrollo
are
la
here
visita
in
al
order to
Panteón
strengthen
Nacional
bilateral
Mausoleo
ties
del
between the
Libertador
two
Simón Bolívar,
countries.
del primer ministro del
And
Estado
we're
Insular
seeing
de
the
Santa
arrival of
Lucía,
the Prime
el
Minister of St.
excelentísimo
Lucia, Philip
señor
Pierre, that
Philip
arrived in
Joseph
Venezuela
Pierre,
on an
en
official
compañía del
visit.
canciller de nuestro país, Iván Gil,
And with the Prime Minister of Venezuela, Ivan Gil.
de paz que promueve e
And
impulsa
they're
la
going to have a
República
meeting in order
Bolivariana de
to
Venezuela.
strengthen the bilateral ties and establish an agenda of peace.
República Bolivariana de Venezuela. Ministerio del Poder Popular para Relaciones Interiores, Justicia y Paz. Viceministerio de Política Interior y Seguridad Jurídica. Dirección General del Ceremonial y Acervo Histórico. Caracas, 6 de octubre de 2023. Conjunto Monumental Panteón Nacional y Mausoleo del Libertador. Este santuario, creado para eternizar la memoria de sus mejores hijos e hijas de la patria, cuenta con la presencia.
And they're gathered at the National Pantheon of Venezuela, that is the final resting place for national heroes. The Pantheon was created in the 1870s and is the site of the ruined Santísima Trinidad Church from 1744. The entire central nave is dedicated to Simon Bolivar, with the altars placed taken by the hero's bronze sarcophagus, while lesser luminaries are relegated to the aisle. The National Pantheon's wall is covered with the 1930s paintings depicting scenes from Bolivar's life and the huge crystal chandelier glittering overhead that was installed in 1883 on the centennial of the birth. And the Pantheon was reopened in 2013 after the 3-year-long process of expansion and restoration.
Excelentísimo señor Philip Joseph Pierre, primer ministro de Santa Lucía.
Proceden las autoridades a realizar la firma en el libro de actas.
We are seeing right now that we're going to start the signing in the Book of Acts and the symbolic act to the greatest man of Venezuela, Simon Bolivar.
Bolivariana de paz que promueve la República Bolivariana de Venezuela. La política exterior de nuestro país.
Let's remember that the foreign policy of Venezuela is to promote peace, stability, and equality in the country.
Procede el canciller Iván Gil a estampar la rúbrica que también deja constancia de esta visita y que reafirma los lazos diplomáticos y de cooperación con Santa Lucía y la amplia delegación
This signing, what it does is to strengthen bilateral ties within both countries. And they're going to check the brotherhood and solidarity, the cooperation, and the strategic alliances, and in order to strengthen and consolidate the bilateral ties for the development of both countries. Venezuela is in the front, is in the upfront of the new creation of a multipolar world. That is the new geopolitic agreement in the world. The relations between Venezuela and St. Lucia and our sincere brotherhood and respect for the well-being of all people. And it is also highlighted that St. Lucia is a country of Latin America. And we were watching images of what is happening in Venezuela with the arrival of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Liberator, and we were seeing the floral tribute was being held in the Pantheon of the National Pantheon of Simon Bolivar, and some agreements were made in order to strengthen bilateral ties. More breaking news coming up. Stay tuned.